Hello, team, and welcome to day 3 of the Carousel Revolution. I am super excited to have you here. I hope everything is working fine today. I hope we're not having any issues in terms of communications or in terms of anything like that. So thank you so much for being here. Let me know if the microphone is okay, if the camera is okay. Also, don't forget to turn on your settings on the bottom, say the bottom right, to be able to watch this in full HD or 720, whatever it is. Let me know how it's going. And if you are on Instagram, don't forget to join us on YouTube. Okay. Yes, it's day 3 today, Julie. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And how are you doing today? Did you post your About Me post that we created yesterday? Let me know. Let me know because this is super important. Did you create your About Me post? How did it go? Did you have any issues creating it? Oh, Bima saying at Seat Academy is saying that she created it amazing, or he created. I'm sorry, I can't see your image, but that is really good. And don't forget to tag me. Sick him first. Still working on mine. Love that. Just posted, started making it, but got lost in the design. Still working on it. Don't forget to use our templates. Our templates is gonna be the biggest difference that you can see. Let's see. Da-da-da. Yeah, my definition is set correctly. Maybe I won't use this stream the next time. Still working on mine. Maria saying still working on it. Lovely. I saw Heather's. Okay, team, you have to see Heather's About Me post. It was really beautiful, really amazing. She used our templates and she created, her story is really beautiful. So just check her out there, Heather. Heather, I don't know how to say your last name, so I'm not gonna try. But search her there and you will find her About Me post. That'll give you a good idea as well of an extra example of what to do. Okay, perfect. Launch new content next week. Amazing. Okay. I think you sent me a Canva link, right, Bima? I will check it out. I will check it out after this class. Okay. So welcome to day 3 of the Carousel Revolution. We are going to talk about sales carousels today, team. And sales carousels, or sales content in general, is super important because otherwise, why are we building a connection? Why are we creating everything that we are creating? Is it just for entertainment? Is it just to get more and more followers? Look, we are here to make sales. Everybody here has a business, and I will never forget when somebody told me that the first priority of a business is to make sales. Okay, if you don't make sales, you cannot support your business, you cannot help more people. So it is in your best interest to learn how to create the best type of content you can to make sales on a regular basis, to keep your business thriving, keep your business alive, and to be able to keep supporting people with the good work you already do. I'm not here to tell you how to do your work. I'm here to show you how to maximize it, how to put it in front of the people that are going to make sure that your business stays alive and well so you can keep doing what you're doing. Okay? Okay, with all of that said, let's start. Let me put the slides here on the screen. Perfect. So the victory plan, create an irresistible carousel that turns followers into prospect buyers. And I don't want to see anybody here fighting with the algorithm ever again. Okay. We are here to learn how to build a connection that makes your account stand against the test of time. And this is the big differential, team, with people that focus only on reach and people that focus on connecting. Because if you just focus on reach, get more people, the older your account gets, the harder it'll be to get results, to a point that your account could end up simply dying, okay? Because your current followers are not connecting with your content. They've never been, right? And then the older your account gets, the worse this gets. And then the less reach and engagement you get in your content. Because Instagram works like a snowball. TikTok works more in terms of each piece of content is a new opportunity to reach new people, right? But Instagram works a lot based on the current results you're getting, on the current people, on how your followers are interacting with your post. And that's just how the platform works in general. So if your snowball is not creating depth, right? It's not getting bigger and bigger, then the growth of your account and the health of your account, first and foremost, stalls. Does that make sense? Because this is super important. It is super important to understand. And this is not something I understood at the start. And the more I went, the more I realized that connection is everything on social media. Okay? So lots of 10 minutes today. What's going on? I'm separating lots of times for questions. Okay, so if you have questions, ask questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. So here's what we're gonna be seeing today. 5 minutes, we have a recap from yesterday, but since there are some new people joining, I'm also gonna recap a little bit of day one. I'll try to be brief. Then we're going to go on to the desire equation, how to write content generating desire. Then finally, we're going to go on to hybrid carousels, part 1 and part 2. And then I am going to be talking a little bit about master of carousels. We began talking about it last session, but today I want to show you some exclusive bonuses that I'm bringing you for the first 24 hours. And because you are part of the Carousel Revolution, you are going to be getting access to these bonuses 1 hour before everybody else. And if you remember what I mentioned in the last session, the first 3 people to join will get a full 1 hour consultation with me, a one-to-one consultation with me. And that is already the value of the entire course. So I'm giving you, and only you, the chance to be one of the first. Okay. So to recap class 1, we saw the 5 pillars of carousel creation, carousels that engage, carousels that build a connection. And of course, our first pillar is connection. We need to connect our brand to our audience. And the way we do that is not through a bunch of tips, right? Is by putting ourselves in the content, which is exactly what we saw on day 2. So I'll recap it in a second. Then we talked about conversion-driven carousel structure, which we mentioned that having a framework, a repeatable framework, is super important for you to continue creating carousels that save you time, that save you effort, right? The mental effort of having to think of a new framework every time you post a carousel, but also to prove a framework that gives proven results. And if it gives proven results, every time you post a carousel, you get more chances that it's going to perform, right? Then we go on to content presentation. We talked about design. We talked about how design matters. And we also talked about how the way you deliver the flow of your text matters a lot. So then we talked about the double hook method. Remember pages 1 and page 2, but also we touched a little bit on how to deliver a story through your carousel, what to bring and what not to bring. And then we went on to conversation. Is your content making your audience want to talk to you? And how do you handle these conversations? This is super important. I'm not even going to beat around the bush on this one. This is so important because conversation generates conversion. Okay, if there is no conversation, there's no conversion. So if your content is not generating conversation, it's very hard to generate any sales, right? We need to get people talking about what they think, what they want, questions that they have. Your content needs to get people talking. And then content systems, how to make everything streamlined so that you're not wasting hours and hours at an end creating a single piece of content, be it a carousel, be it a reel, be it whatever it is that you're creating. There's no point. You're busy. You're a busy person. You cannot be wasting time creating carousels, creating reels, creating content in general. This is exactly why inside Master of Carousels, these are the exact 5 pillars that I based the entire methodology of. If you don't have these 5 pillars, not only your carousels, but your content is very unlikely to perform, is very unlikely to generate a connection and to generate sales in general. We're not talking about high reach content. That is another methodology. We're talking about building a connection that lasts, positioning you as a leader, and getting the sales you want. Okay. Cool. Oh, it's great to see you, Swiss. Swiss is an amazing lady, and we've done some work together. I absolutely love her work. Okay. So, and then we have our day 2. Let's recap our day 2. Do you remember our day 2? I hope you do. But in case you are not there, we talked about your most powerful weapon to create carousels and content in general on social media, right? And your most powerful weapon is you. Okay, it's you, because your audience will connect to your brand first and then to your offers. Nobody connects to an Instagram course. Nobody connects to a design course. Nobody connects to a hairbrush. And I can go on and on and on. Unless you're selling something that is completely revolutionary, chances are that you need to differentiate yourself on a brand level before you talk about your offers. Okay, because that's how you differentiate yourself and you position yourself as the only option in the market. And inside Master of Carousels, we have a full methodology to do that. And today in the bonuses, you're going to see something that it's going to change the game. You can see I'm a little proud of myself on this one, because this just came to me one day and I was like, what if I gave this? And it's just the most brilliant idea ever, but I'm not going to spoil any surprises. So, and then during class 2, we created an About Me carousel that I said pin to your profile. It doesn't have to be this exact carousel, but once you're happy enough with that carousel, pin it to your profile so that everybody can see that content as soon as they arrive to your page. Okay, that's what you want. As soon as people arrive to your page, to see who you are, what you're all about, what they'll find in your page, what are the transformations you're providing. Okay, so perfect. Okay, so we talked about as well that we have a funnel to follow, right? That a lot of people get stuck in the awareness phase. They just want more followers, more followers, more followers. They never worry about building a connection. And then if there is no connection, there is no desire. If there is no desire, there is no sale. So one thing has to follow the other, and they all have to work together, which sometimes makes things complicated. But what I invite you to think of here is in a consistent way to bring this up and make this happen. So for example, you can use rules. I'm going to use, let's say, I am going to use conversion carousels to sell. I'm going to use Reels for reach. I'm going to use Instagram stories for an added boost of sales when I post my carousels. So as soon as you start creating these plans of how your content is going to play out, things get a lot easier. So you don't have to be thinking, oh, how am I going to sell today? You're going to use a carousel. It's that simple. Okay. So, like I said, we can only generate desire if we connect with our audience. If there is no connection, there is no desire. Okay, there is no desire. There could be desire if you're using, let's say, ads, and you have a very fancy sales funnel, and you have a very spectacular product. You have a lot of budget to promote that product, or your product is completely crazy, right? But on a day-to-day basis, this still stands, and on social media in particular, this stands more than anything. We can only generate desire if we connect with our audience. So today I'm going to bring you the desire equation. This might sound simple at first, okay, but it changes the game. And this is the desire equation, not of how you're going to generate desire. Okay, this is how you're going to write your content and bring desire to your content. The desire has to be generated by the narratives you are creating. Okay, so you're creating narratives around your products, narratives around your offers. Okay, those narratives, and combined with your products, they generate the desire. But if you don't know how to bring that to your content in writing, you're never going to sell. And today I'm going to teach you how to write. And for that, I have right here on my other screen all the questions, lots of questions that I'm going to be asking you to get you thinking about context, relatability, emotion, and trust. Okay, so context, relatability, emotion, and trust. How are you going to bring that to your content? These are exact slides from the Master of Carousels team. So let's start by talking about context. Context sounds super simple. Everybody is like, oh yeah, this is, of course there's context in my stuff. You know, it's, why wouldn't there be? I understand this sentence. But remember that your audience doesn't live what you live on a day-to-day basis. They don't know what you know. Maybe their day is spent, I don't know, picking strawberries in the field. Just randomly saying something. Picking strawberries in the field. And then you want to sell a course on brand identity. What do they know about brand identity if they're picking strawberries in the field? You have to meet them where they are. Okay. And this is very, very important. So let me ask you some questions to see if your content is doing that. Does your audience understand what you're talking about? Does it make logical and natural sense from start to finish? Or are you getting to points in your content that your audience is just stopping and saying, hang on a second, I'm lost? Maybe it's your third page of your carousel. Maybe it's the talking reel that you tried to create, right? Maybe it's the CTA, it's the call to action at the end of your carousel that makes no sense. So you always need to be asking yourself, does it make logical and natural sense from start to finish? Are you cutting the excesses and keeping only the necessary for you to connect your hook to your end goal and your conclusion? So that is context. Okay, then let's go to relatability. And relatability, I find it the funniest thing ever, because every time I talk about relatability, people think that I'm talking about the you know, those reels that they are kind of funny, like situations in your life that you can relate to, and you know, like entertainment content. And sure, that's relatable in a way, but the relatability we're talking about here is the actual relatability that's gonna get people desiring to be in your world. So let me ask you some questions. Are your hooks meeting your audience where they are today? Are you using words that belong to your audience's reality? And we talked about that. If I am going to talk about videos to people that are on Instagram, I'm going to say reels. Okay? Are you avoiding using technical terms? And we have a few more questions here, but for the purposes of time, let's continue on to emotion. Emotion. A lot of people don't know how to generate emotion in their content. What I tell people is, if there is no emotion, it's very hard to build people up to a sale. Because what happens in terms of a sale? There's a study that Harvard mentions that 90% of purchases are done by emotional reasons and justified by logic. If there is no emotion, there is no desire. If there is not one of these words that I'm bringing you here, there is no desire. So you really need to understand what kind of emotion is your post going to be bringing, but also what kind of emotions the narratives you're creating, the stories you're creating around your products are going to be bringing. Okay. And this is something people don't stop to think about. What are the emotions? Is it that your offers are going to start making people's lives easier, okay, and bringing them relief? Is it that they're going to start building credibility with building credibility and getting known by their audience and feeling valued, feeling important? Okay, so you need to be thinking, what are the emotions my offers are bringing, and what are the emotions that I'm bringing to my posts? And then, of course, there is trust. Okay, there is trust, because if people don't trust you, how will they desire what you have? You don't buy from people you don't trust. Definitely don't buy. You've never bought from people you don't trust. And maybe if you did, you regretted it. I know that I bought once from somebody I didn't trust, purely because of emotion, because their emotion, the emotion that they brought in their posts was so powerful and so strong. I went and I bought it, and I nearly had to cancel my credit card because it was a membership that kept charging me, like, I don't remember, 18 euros a month, like nearly $20 a month, for something that I didn't want, that wasn't advertised correctly. And I just felt completely deceived. So you may buy once without trust, but you won't buy twice. Okay? I'm going to show you here. Let me move myself somewhere. Oh, that's too big. There we go. So I have two sentences. Well, I have two different types of text here that are kind of split from a line. And I'm going to show you how to bring that relatability, context, emotion, context, context, relatability, emotion, and trust in your content with this example. So this is just a purely sales thing, right? This is not something I would immediately slap in front of a carousel. This would be something that I would put maybe at the end of a carousel in the few final pages. Maybe I would put this in my sales page. So let's read the first sentence. If you want more results from social media, join Master of Carousels. Wow, amazing, right? Like, really good. Congratulations, May. That is such a great course. Now, let's read the second one. Imagine becoming the only option in your audience's mind. Posting content that actually gives you sales without constantly fighting with the algorithm. I've done it. My one-to-one clients have done it. There is an actual methodology for it. And now that I've perfected it to maximize results, it's time for you to use it and get the sales you deserve. Join Master of Carousels. Can you see the difference? Now you're going to tell me, May, the second one is much longer. It is much longer, but remember that what's going to go in your carousels, what's going to go in your content is going to be long as well. The difference is what you select to go there. Before, imagine I had put a bunch of nonsense or a bunch of tips, and then at the last page of my carousel, I put, if you want more results from social media, join Master of Carousels. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. But if I had built a narrative, and then inside that narrative, I managed to put this, Now that starts to make sense. Okay, so everything has to connect in your content. And before I go further, tell me, are you with me so far? How are you finding this class? Let me know in the comments what if you have any questions in terms of the desire equation. We have here, let's see if we have questions. Okay, Erica saying yes, we are you're following. Yes, makes sense now. Perfect. Kaylee, thank you so much. This is great. So yeah, I thought I'd like to bring this example because Kaylee had asked, how do we bring emotion? And I thought you guys may have this question, so I really wanted you to have this example. Katie, I'd love to see another example that's not B2B. Actually, we have another example inside Master of Carousels, and I do this with a story that can be both B2B and B2C. So business to business or business to consumer. I use my own personal story to show you how you go from adding context, relatability, trust, and sales inside a narrative like this. And it's the exact steps as always. You start from context, then you start adding the relatability, then you start adding the emotions, and then you add the trust. The trust comes after, if it's not going to be the main thing in your content, but it's all there. I sorry I may have not picked the good example for you in this class, but it's definitely inside Master of Carousels. Okay, so let me tell the people in our Instagram here that we are on YouTube. Get the link in our bio. We are on YouTube, team. Let me just see here if everything is working well. And we are gonna go just changing the live here to get more people. Okay, perfect. So I told the live people to join YouTube because they're not seeing these slides. You're the only one seeing these slides. Okay, Heather is asking us, does Master of Carousels cover what to put in the captions for carousels? 100%. That, like, 200% even. We talk about captions for carousels. There's an entire class for it because it is super important. Let me even put your question here, Heather. Because team, one thing I don't want you to be doing is repeating the carousel in the caption. And that's what I see the most. People repeat the carousel in the caption. And I ask you, who's going to read your caption or who's going to read your carousel if you're putting the same thing in both places? So we need to be extremely careful with that. And just a funny note, if you use ChatGPT without templates, right, without the proper templates, and you ask ChatGPT to write a caption for you, do you know what ChatGPT is going to do? Repeat exactly what you put in your carousel, just with different words. And then you're going to throw your caption there thinking you're killing it, but in essence, you're killing your content. So I don't want that happening. And that's exactly why I have an entire class on captions for carousels. Perfect. Brittany, can you point out the exact elements of in that example? I have a full class on that, Brittany, and pointing out each of the elements in that example. But what I can point out here that is very, very clear in this example is the trust. I've done it. My one-to-one clients have done it. And then you're saying there's a methodology for it. And then the methodology and all of that after the methodology is bringing curiosity and bringing exclusivity, which is the emotion, right? So that's just a quick idea of what I'm talking about. Now, inside Master of Carousels, we do have a full class with the things highlighted and everything, but I hope this has managed to at least show you a little bit of what it is. So the trust, the emotion after with the exclusivity, and even a little bit of emotion here with you picturing the world that your audience picturing the world that they're going to be living after. Okay, so we have 30 minutes left, and that's plenty of time for us to talk about hybrid carousels. I have a funny note for you before we start talking about hybrid carousels. If you look at the bottom right, that has been my cat's contribution for today's class. That was her. That was totally her. And I thought, well, I'm not going to remove her contribution. So there you go. You get to see it today. So inside Master of Carousels, we have two different types of carousels that we cover: conversion carousels and hybrid carousels. And today we're going to talk a little bit about hybrid carousels. And I don't know if I have a lot of time to tell you how I discovered hybrid carousels. Nobody taught me hybrid carousels. I had a lot of trial and error before I discovered what these carousels were. And this was something that I created myself. It's not something that you'll find in a textbook, okay? I created it myself in the middle of a failed launch. And the way this happened was insane. I like a good a while back, I created this offer, and this offer was really confusing. Okay, it was a very confusing offer. It was an amazing offer. It gave an amazing transformation. Everything that joined got a very clear transformation in terms of sales, in terms of confidence, in terms of lots of different aspects. But to sell it, it was very hard because the transformation was very thorough. And that was already difficult, okay, because the offer wasn't clear. And I only realized it when it was too late. To top things off, my website stopped working on the day of the launch. Instagram links were not working on the day of the launch. I had added an extra tax because my business had grown beyond a certain threshold near the launch. And it just seemed like everybody was out to get me. Literally everybody was out to get me. And I cannot tell you how much of a hell that month was. Like, I still feel it right here. It was insane. Like, it was insane. So what happened? I made 2,000 euros from that launch. And if it was a passive offer, I would have been okay with it, right? Ah, yeah, sure, I made 2,000 euros, whatever. But it wasn't. It was something that I would have to work for an extra full month in order to deliver it. So I had two options: give a full refund to everybody and make nothing, or make 2,000 euros and work for an extra month, a full extra month. So that, I mean, 2,000 euros in the span of, let's say, the three months that I was working on this, right? So counting this extra month. So it was insane. Okay, it was insane because it was not a good decision to make. So what did I choose? I chose to make nothing. I made zero monies, $0, 0 euros, 0 yen, what n? Sorry, it's called n. 0 n, whatever you want to say it. I made nothing out of it. But instead of going to cry in a corner, I tried a new launch with a new offer, with a new methodology, and I changed everything. And the content was never the problem, but I also decided to try a new way of creating content. And that's when I created a hybrid carousel. And a single carousel gave me 15,000 euros. And looking at that carousel and the entire struggle that I had for 3 months, 3 months working on something, killing myself to deliver something good, and then a single carousel gives me 15,000 euros, I couldn't believe it. And I wouldn't have created Master of Carousels had it not been for what happened after. What happened after was, I have to go to the next slide. What happened after was that's the wrong slide. There we go. What happened after was the results kept repeating themselves. The results kept repeating themselves. And that's when I realized I was onto something good. Okay, so hybrid carousels today give me sales daily without posting sales content daily. Hybrid carousels keep my reach high while still selling. Okay, so I'm not talking about the hybrid carousels are going to get you 1 million followers. I'm talking about the hybrid carousels compared to regular sales content is going to keep your reach relatively high so that more people can see your offers. Okay, this is the reality. Sales content makes you lose a little bit of reach, but with the hybrid methodology, we can kind of already limit that to a very, very good amount. Hybrid carousels give me email list signups at much better conversion rates. Okay, like much better. And hybrid carousels can educate and connect while selling my offers. And people that see my hybrid carousels, they see what they're looking at, they know that it is not something that is out there. My clients that use it, and of course I would teach this to my clients, so if you look at the last two here, my clients that have used it have seen results that are brilliant. So hybrid carousels has helped my client launch her offer and make 7,000 in sales with 3,000 followers. Okay, her previous launch had been half of that. Okay, so she had made 3.5 thousand euros. Sorry, did I say it wrong? Yeah, she had made 3.5 thousand euros in sales in her previous launch, and with our hybrid carousels and our new methodology, she managed to make 7,000. Then another client of mine, she came to me and she said, May, I launched my offer. Nobody's buying. What do I do? Can you help me create a closing cart strategy? And I said, you know what? We're going to redo it the entire launch. Let's redo it. And just organically, we are not saying that this was made with ads, that this was made with investing anything on, like, how do I say, paid ads. So organically, we took her from making $0 to $7.5 thousand in 10 days with hybrid carousels, primarily with hybrid carousels. I'd say 80% of what we posted were hybrid carousels, and then the rest were some reels. We are going to talk about a good question. Let me put it here. I'm not sure what hybrid carousels are. You mean carousels based on the 5 pillars? Just checking. Don't worry about it. We have a slide telling exactly what hybrid carousels are. Okay. What are hybrid carousels? There you go. That's your answer. Hybrid carousels are carousels, team, that take people from every single level of your funnel and drive them down to the bottom of your funnel. Okay, so it takes people from awareness, from connection, from desire, and it drives them all back down together. This is why they're so powerful, because they act like a funnel. Even before, when I was trying to name them, I spent 2 hours trying to name hybrid carousels. I thought, am I going to call this funnel carousels, or am I going to call this hybrid carousels? But in the end, hybrid carousels won. So yeah, there you go. Hybrid carousels. So let me talk about a little bit of the framework, a little bit of the idea behind it. And the idea behind hybrid carousels, team, is essentially this. It's the same idea that you have when you're going to sell anything. You have to understand what are your audience's problems, pain points, and desires. It all starts from there. Okay, that's the whole essence of sales content. What do they want? What do they not want? Because if you're not tackling the wants and the not wants, you're not generating sales content. It's a lot more, surprisingly enough, sales content has, supposedly, the classic sales content has a lot less connection than connection content. But in hybrid carousels, it's a little bit different. So hybrid carousels, because they are hybrid, they need to introduce connection. They need to introduce the problem or the desire, and then they go on to the sale. So hybrid carousels catch your audience in the situation they're living today and what they're missing. Okay, be it that they're missing a desire or be it that they're missing a problem. Hybrid carousels reveal the problem or the desire right after you catch your audience in the situation that they're living today. Okay, because, and I'll tell you the whole reason behind this, team. It's because a lot of people don't even know they have a problem. They just feel it. Okay, they just feel that problem, or they just feel that need, or they sometimes they can't put words to what they're feeling, but when they see it slapped across a carousel right in front of them, then they know what it is. Then they know they have a problem or a desire. And then it is your job to give them a clear path to a solution. But what a lot of people do when it comes to sales content is one of two things. It's give tip, give tip, give tip, buy my stuff, or it's buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And neither work as well as this. Okay? So this is why inside Master of Carousels, we have 2 classes dedicated for hybrid carousels, but we also have all of our desire classes, all the narrative classes that we have, how to write, writing with relatability, and all the writing classes that we have inside Master of Carousels will all support you building the best hybrid carousels you can build. Okay, and inside our Facebook community, I want to see our hybrid carousels. I want to see what you're creating. And of course, people inside the community want to see what you're creating too. And here is what I wanted to mention. Hybrid carousels, because they catch people in the situation that they're living in today, you start getting messages like this on the bottom right. Okay, your post today got me. I'm looking into social media support in 2023, and I would love to learn more about working with you if you're taking new clients. That is that client that went from 0 to 7.5 thousand. Okay, so that is hybrid carousels. Now, let me talk about the solution. Okay, let me talk about the solution. The solution comes from essentially your offer. Your offer is the solution, but the way you present your offer will depend on your narratives. This is why we have a narratives class inside Master of Carousels. Let me drink a little bit of water. So, a solution can come from a DM conversation with you. So if somebody messages you, like this client messaged me, then you have to address this in a DM conversation. How do you address this? How do you talk about your offers in a way that people want to buy from you? And this is where a lot of people fall flat. A lot. They say, oh, hi, yes. If I had answered that message with, hi, yes, it costs 1,000 euros to work with me one-to-one. When do you want to book? Would she said yes, or would she had run away? Okay, would she had picked the date, or would she had literally just escaped to the woods? Because I would have escaped to the woods. Then your link in bio. Okay, if you have a sales page, if you have a sales funnel, if you have any sort of sales process already well established in your bio, that is where you're going to be driving people, or a chat automation. Okay, this is one of my favorites. A chat automation is brilliant. That's where hybrid carousels can give you not only sales, but also email signups. It can give you, maybe, let's say you are bringing people to a live class like I did, and even without hybrid carousels, you can use your your chat automations with any type of content, with your reels, with your stories, with your DMs. And chat automations are brilliant. They are fantastic. This is why we have a bonus inside Master of Carousels that is going to talk about ManyChat. ManyChat Money Bag is one of our bonus classes, and I guarantee you that in the future I'm going to be selling that class alone for at least half the price of Master of Carousels. So if you're getting it now, you're getting it for free, literally for free, because in the future that class is going to be worth a lot. And if you look around you on social media, more and more people are using chat automations because they give results. Okay, so highly recommend using those automations if you can, if you want. Identify parts in your business that they can be used. Okay, good question. Very good questions here in the chat. Let me start. Would this work with less than 300 followers? Meaning, is this strategy appropriate for total beginners? Thank you so much, Julie, for your question. Here's what I want to ask instead. Number one, are your offers already established? Okay. Are your offers already established, and have you already gotten clients from them? That is a lot more important than your number of followers. Because if you start using, let's say, your attraction carousels or your differentiation carousels alongside your regular reach content, you're setting yourself up for a lot better future than just throwing rich content, rich content, rich content. Now, if you tell me that your offers are not established yet, or that you're not selling anything yet, then I would say you might not benefit from all of the hybrid carousel classes unless you want to learn how to get more signups for your emails. So my answer is a little bit different than your question, but I hope this helped. It's more related to the maturity of your offers and the interest in them than the number of followers. If it's 300 qualified followers, sure, 100%. You can see there's 121 people here. And it's just, yeah, it's about your offers, the quality, the maturity, rather than the number of followers. Great question. Great question. Let's see. Seek him first, mom. Would this work if your offer is a product from a network marketing company, not coaching, etc.? If your product, this is what this is also inside the Master of Carousels page, the sales page that I prepared for you. So this is what Master of Carousels in general is targeted. We're aiming to help with Master of Carousels coaches, service providers, and these two, doesn't matter the niche, okay? And in terms of products, as long as your product offers a long-term benefit. So for example, I have a client that offers nutritional juices that have benefits like metabolism boost, or helping people focus better, helping people gain their energy back. Then I would say yes, the course can definitely work for you. Now, if you sell pretty things, let's say if you sell, I don't know, what do I sell that is pretty? Dresses. If I sell dresses, I'd say maybe it's not the best course for you. Okay. Great questions. Don't forget to keep asking your questions, and we will keep answering them. Okay, and while you ask your questions, do make sure to ask all the questions. I mentioned that I wanted to talk about the exclusive bonuses that you're going to be getting. So we did have a little bit more time inside hybrid carousels and inside Desire. So if there's any more questions about that, do ask. But I wanted to show you the exclusive bonuses you're going to be getting today. Right after our class ends today, 1 hour after our class ends, you're going to be getting a message on WhatsApp and on your email 1 hour before everybody else. Okay, team? It's 1 hour before anybody has the chance to join Master of Carousels. And the reason for that is that you can be one of the first ones, not only to get everything that we're talking about, so all the 6 exclusive modules, the Facebook community, the supporting material. You've seen all of that today. You've seen the quality of our classes, how everything has been recorded to, actually my camera is behind me, behind this chair. It has been recorded with the best quality possible. I'm also a videographer, so when I say it's good, it's good. You get the supporting materials, the 50 carousel hooks, all the 6 modules, but also this is exactly why you're getting it 1 hour before everybody else, because the first 3 people that sign up are going to get a one-to-one call with May. And the actual price of a one-to-one call with me is 250 euros. Okay, so it nearly pays for the entire course. So you're either going to get the call for free or the course for free. Okay, so for the first 3 people only. So if you are interested in exactly 1 hour and 9 minutes, set your alarms so that you can see my message on WhatsApp, and you're gonna get the link to sign up right then and there. And then there you go, the first 3 people get the one-to-one call. I will be personally contacting them, or I'll be personally contacting them by email to give them their prices, schedule their time for any time that suits you. And then, of course, for the first 24 hours, we're giving 100 euros off. And that is the first 24 hours only. After 24 hours, it is gone. So the value of the course, that we've mentioned this, it is well beyond 2,300 euros. Just the ManyChat class is worth 300 euros alone. The entire modules, the methodology, the supporting material, everything is 393 euros, but for the next 24 hours, starting in 1 hour and 8 minutes, we are going to be having 293 euros promotional price. And I just want to point out something that I've just seen in the comments. There you go. I work one-to-one with May. This is ridiculously underpriced. I actually want to slap you, May. There you go. There you go, team. That's what I get for being nice. That's what I get. I feel like, while I actually feel very privileged to be able to offer these prices, because I feel that in the future, maybe I will be going up to higher prices. But while I can, team, while I'm allowed to do so, I want to be able to reach as many people as I can, as many people that have the expertise, that have the knowledge, and that want to learn real good quality content creation. Okay, because I want to turn as many experts as I can into leaders. I don't want the power to be in the hands of people that know content but don't know what they're talking about. You know what you're talking about. So I want you to have the power to compete with those people, okay, to get the results they're getting. So, okay, 24 hours only, 100 euros off. And for the first 24 hours, you are going to be getting a live workshop with May to find your style. If you've been to any of my workshops before, you know how good they are. I am not going to say anything about them. They are so good, so interactive. It is genuinely something that I've spent a long time and a lot of money perfecting. How to give proper classes, how to make things interactive. And you can see by the comments, everybody loves the workshops because they are good, because they have tons of value. And I know this is a topic that a lot of people worry about. Okay, so how do you find your own style? How do you show up as your true, authentic self, not only in your carousels, but also in your content? I know that our first idea is to copy the big people. So I want to help you identify who it is that is behind your account, right? Who are you? And how can we show up as your true, authentic self? But you're only going to be getting this workshop if you get it as the bonus, because it is going to disappear and it's not coming back. And then, of course, our 2 exclusive classes, your 2 bonus modules, so carousels with ChatGPT. I'm not going to say that ChatGPT is going to create your entire content for you. It's not. But I'm going to show you how to make life easier if you choose to use ChatGPT. We're going to show you our best prompts and our best templates to use while using ChatGPT, and make sure that you are making life easier and saving time. And then, like I said, ManyChat Money Bag, like this is by far one of the best bonuses. Automations can really transform your social media game, and even if you don't use it now, you are going to use them later because they are dominating the game. Okay, team, so I want you to be ahead of the curve. I want you to be competing with the big players and standing out, differentiating yourself. These 2 bonuses, great question, Irina. These 2 bonuses will be recorded. Okay, the workshop will be recorded and sent only for the participants, of course. But even if you say, oh, I can't make it on the date, totally fine. It'll be recorded and sent to you as well if you join in the first 24 hours. And the one-to-one call with me, of course, if you get the one-to-one call, you of course you are going to be able to record the call as well. So to answer your question, yes, 100%. And there you go. So interested in this automation, even to sell to my future clients as a service. 100%, Julie. Automations are insane. I help my clients all the time with them. And what I want to do here is we're going to start from zero, and I'm going to be showing you the inside of all of my automations step by step, because because they work, and then I can show you some variations, some different ways to use it. Even if you have a free account, which ManyChat is free, there is a free account, there are tons of things you can use. ManyChat doesn't limit the things you can use very much from the free to the paid account. It's more on the number of contacts you have, and also, let's say if you want to choose to link the automation to your next post rather than manually selecting a post. But those are minor things. So to get started, ManyChat is fully free. Isabel here has a great question. Would you say this is for beginners and intermediate content creators, or would it also work for more advanced creators? Isabel, what I would say is none of my courses are, let's say, I'm not going to start the course by saying, what is a carousel? Okay, I am already assuming that everybody knows what a carousel is. And I go from intermediate to advanced in my courses. That is what I aim to do. Because if you look at the level of the content I bring, even on Instagram, it is pretty advanced. So I don't want to start my courses from a level that is below or even on the same level as my Instagram course. It goes quite far up, quite fast. But like I said, I have 6 years of teaching background, so I know how to do this while keeping everybody up to speed. So I hope this answers your question. If you have any questions about this, feel free to message me on Instagram. Okay, let's see. So here's a wrap up of everything, and I will answer more questions in 1 second. But you're gonna get 6 exclusive modules. That's not counting the bonus module that's at the bottom there with the ManyChat and ChatGPT. An exclusive Facebook community, exclusive supporting material, and then your exclusive bonuses. Our workshop, your 100 euros off, and then your bonuses. So the 2 recorded bonuses, the carousels with ChatGPT, and then ManyChat money bag. Everything valued at 2,300 euros. I haven't even valued the workshops. Okay, I haven't even valued the workshop. And the regular price of the class of the program is 393 euros, but for the next 24 hours, starting in exactly 1 hour, okay, starting in exactly 1 hour, it's going to be 293. Okay, and the first 3 people that join will get the one-to-one with me. Perfect. So that's 6 p.m. UK. So right now it's 5 p.m. UK, 6 p.m. UK, exactly 1 hour after right now. I can't believe I got to this slide on the exact time. Insane. I need a good tap on the back. Congrats, May. Okay, so let's see. Any more questions, team? Any more questions in regards to our bonuses, in regards to carousels? I see a question here about conversion carousels. Not sure if I missed it. So Balance and Bliss, Body Talk, Holistic Health Clinic. We focused more on hybrid carousels today, but you're going to get the slides from this class if you missed it, and it's going to be recorded for the next 24 hours. Brilliant. Team, with that, oh yeah, and there's one more question. When will the masterclass start? Any idea right now? So what I want to do is, because inside Master of Carousels, you're already going to have some initial classes of how to find your style, how to understand your audience. So what I want people to do is I want them to go through those classes first. Okay, I want them to go through the classes that are recorded first and then join the workshop. So what I might do is I might leave a month gap for people to be able to go through the content, ask questions, make sure they are actually understanding everything, following everything. And then in the beginning of October, I think it would be beginning or mid-October, it would be the perfect time for us to think about having our masterclass. There is no defined date for it yet, but I believe it's going to be in October. Yeah, more than likely. Perfect. And with that, let me be the person to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. Thank you for joining me during these 3 days. It has been a long time preparing for this, just creating these slides, making sure that things flow, that things make sense, make sure I'm bringing knowledge to you, making sure I'm showing you the inside of Master of Carousels, which, if you are joining, this is not a goodbye. This is just a welcome, hello, and I can't wait to continue our journey together. Okay, so team, in exactly 57 minutes, Master of Carousels is going to be opening its doors, and I can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you inside Master of Carousels. Bye.